Okay, greetings. Well, I'm out of the hospital. Went over to the hospital for testing before my surgery. I'm going to put a new battery in my pacemaker. So, the bill for the pacemaker, and it's actually be more than that, it's going to be about $50,000. But then, probably when I get home, maybe I'll add to this thing, giving you a little idea. But that's for the hospital part. $50,000. But all I'm supposed to come up with is $276 of that. But the only problem is, radiologist, the doctor, the surgeon, and all those are also more. I'll be billed for those procedures. Anyway, went over, and I thought I was just going to have the test for the virus, and but no, they did lab work also, so they had to draw blood from me. And of course, they did this nose swab thing. It hurt, and it was unpleasant. Not as bad as having a catheter put in you, but it was. It wasn't like having a catheter put in you. They got the hospital locked down pretty good. I got in. My daughter drove me, and she parked. So then she tried to, catch up with me, and they wouldn't let her through because she, didn't have any business being there. So I went back, and the other day, I got an email, and I filled a thing out online with my of course they already, my medicines and all this type of stuff. And then at the very end, it said, "This is for the virus, or this is for the testing." Well, I guess I'm mistaken now. I thought this was just got all done, and it said, "Okay, this is online. $276. You want to pay now or pay later?" And I marked pay later. And I thought, what in the hell, I didn't know they were collecting. Actually, it's like a separate. I guess they're owned by the separate hospital. I'm going to have my pacemaker thing done. It's like next door to them, but it's the heart hospital. Anyway, I wondered what in the world is $276, dollar deal, and I thought they must be doing some other stuff, which turns out they did. But so I then when I'm logging it, signing it, and they're filling out all this paperwork, and then they said, okay, it'll be $276, and I said, well, when you send me a bill, no, you have to do at least 25% of it. And I said, okay. And I had unloaded a bunch of my credit cards and stuff. I had a few. And I thought, I don't remember what, so I pulled my credit cards out. And I thought, wait a minute, I'm thinking to myself, I have to use my bank card. And then I was sitting there kind of rushed. And I have two bank cards. One is for my credit bank card, and the other is for my actual banking account, which has savings and checking. And I thought, which card is this? And anyways, I said, okay, try this card. And came back rejected. And so then Hillary was, so I called her on the phone. They wouldn't let her in. I had to go over and I got one of her cards, and I used that for $76, 25% or whatever. And then after we left, I was talking to Hillary, and I said, I don't know why my card didn't work. And then I said, oh, I know. My son, I usually give him my card, and he goes and gets us stuff, food and medicines, picks up medicines in it, and he just basically keeps the card. And then I realized, oh, that's what it was. That was, he had my bank, really had my actual bank card, and so had to use her card. So we're sitting outside of, which place is it? Chicken place. I think it's Church's Chicken, and it's taking a long, long time. We all like white meat, the white chicken, But apparently, and I've heard it other places too, and then people have said that people like dark chicken, dark meat chicken. That's hard for us to believe. We all like, the white meat. But I saw something where they said that I think somebody went in. I think we went in and ordered something one time, and wanted all white meat. And they were like, people like dark meat. I actually worked for a couple weeks at Kentucky Fried Chicken. I think I told that story. I went to apply for, like part-time or whatever after I retired. And I went in and went up to the counter and I said, I'd like to put an application in. And the lady, I could tell she was a manager, probably a general manager or something. And she says, we don't have any openings for management. I said, I'm not looking for management. I just any job you got. She says, really? And I said, yeah. And she said, well, we need a cook on the second shift. I said, that sounds good. But, so I came in working the day shift, and it was all young kids. And right away, and they had me back washing dishes, and the kids were coming back. Oh, you'll never come back. I said, no, I'll be back tomorrow. No, you won't. Nobody, old people will never come. But then I came in like one day. They told me to come in. They said, well, our computer told us that they were down in the next town over. They had too many employees, and our store needed an employee and whatever, and we had to call somebody in, and they just kept doing stuff like that. So I finally just went ahead and quit. One of the benefits, or one of the only benefits there, was you got, free. I worked so much. The few days that I worked, I never got a free chicken meal. But it was really, they had me most of the time doing the dishes, and the young kids would bring these dishes, like a platter of mashed potatoes, because it was closing time, and they'd bring it in. They would dump it in the water. I'd say, no, don't dump it. Let me dump it in. They'd just, no. They'd dump it in the water, and other beans, baked beans, and that kind of. No, let me dump it in the. They'd dump it in the water. So, but that was my time at KFC, and I never got a free meal. I'm recording this, of course, on my cell phone. When I get home, I probably will make, I'm not sure, I think I'll upload this, but then I'm going to tell you, because I have raved about this in the past. Here, where this is for the United States or whatever. This hospital part, where is this? Okay, the hospital part of this bill is for putting a battery in for the pacemaker. $45,000. I won't give you the rest of the amount, $45,000 to put a battery in. Okay. Then it says insurance allowed. That means because I have health insurance, the hospital automatically takes off $10,000 and more money, but $10,000 they take off. Because I have insurance. And then my insurance is paying $10,000 and $48.50. And that's it. Well, of course, I pay $275. But if you don't have health insurance, then they expect you to pay the entire $45,000. Anyway, I'm going to talk about that later. We're still waiting for our chicken. Been longer than 20 minutes, hasn't it?
She said 8 more minutes, and that was a minute ago. I've been checking and watching.
Okay. Say hello to YouTube people, I guess.
There's a lot of birds out here.
What does your shirt say?
So you're against immigration. Splendid. When do you leave?
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna stop on that.